Well, it looks like I can wait on making a video about Scooby-Doo since the movie has been delayed. It's not like it's gonna be available anytime soon. Many of our childhoods have experienced the character of Scooby-Doo at some point in time. There have been a lot of various incarnations of the character, and it's the type of show that has stood the test of time. I highly enjoy the original series as well as some of the other shows that have come since, but there is an incarnation of the series that I got around to watching recently, and I love it. Here is why I love Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. We all know and love the various characters from Scooby-Doo, whether it be Scooby or the rest of the gang, but I love that the show is very self-aware of the various tropes of each character while also poking fun at them. The one character that is a prime example of this would be the character of Fred, who is always the one who seems to come up with a trap to capture the villain of the story, so they make his character overly obsessed with trap making to the point of him being oblivious to Daphne's affection. I also like how Daphne herself went from a character who blindly just wants Fred's affection.
What we need is a trap for the man crab, right, Fred?
Actually, what I was thinking is, we need a trap for the man crab.
Good plan.
Thanks.
But overall grows some self-esteem, and Fred gets around to appreciate her more than just being a friend. This also makes their relationship feel more earned and satisfying throughout the series. The other type of relationships in the series that looked into the tropes of the characters was a relationship between Shaggy and Velma, as well as his friendship with Scooby-Doo. I liked how Shaggy had a strong friendship with his dog.
Like, man, I am stuffed.
I need another stomach for my stomach.
But Scooby-Doo felt some jealousy because of Shaggy's feelings for Velma.
Stop it, Shaggy. I'm not stupid. Are you cheating on me?
The two break it off, and for some reason it never gets brought back up after the first episode of season 2, but I like that it showed that Shaggy will pick someone who is as gluttonous as he is, and is as willfully ignorant.
We always know nothing, and we love it.
We know nothing and we love it. Yeah.
I also really liked all the side characters in the series, but especially the spoofs of various real-life people such as Vincent Price and H.P. Lovecraft.
And I would have been the world's greatest Hollywood thespian too, if it hadn't have been for you small-town scene stealers.
Small town that.
I know it's the immature side of me, but can we see that again? The animation style may be a little simplified, similar to the Spectacular Spider-Man, but the designs of the characters are similar enough to their eyes and their original designs, and each one of their faces makes them unique that reflects on their personalities. I also love the lighting, and the colors at times show how effective at giving the true feeling of horror. The best example of this would be the second episode when the power goes out at this hotel, and the flashing sign is the only light source showing these monsters attacking. The soundtrack to this show is pretty cool too. I like the spooky vibe of the intro, and the rest of the series in general. Is it me, or does this sound like Batman Beyond?
I am the Obliteratrix, and I have but one purpose.
This suit works even better than I thought it would.
Has anyone else noticed that the Obliteratrix is in great shape? I was just trying to point out that the same could be said for Regina.
I say that's a pretty fair observation, as well as noticing that Daphne is hot. And it's not even that random because other people in the show constantly keep bringing this up.
Smoking hottie to Scarf Boy.
Hot, mega hot, queen hotness.
How are you a victim? You look fine.
Do I? Pretty scarlet-headed temptress.
You'll be perfect bait. I mean, what man crab wouldn't want to drag you beneath the sand?
Oh, Freddie, that's so sweet. Sort of.
I think it's safe to say that she was one of the several women that I saw as a kid that explains my fondness with redheads. The show was packed to the brim with many movie references that was very tongue-in-cheek, that was pretty fitting for the tone of Scooby-Doo. My favorite would have to be the restaurant named after a creature from the Black Lagoon, but I did like there was a much larger mystery at hand that first involved the original Mystery Incorporated, but then the plot thickened when it was connected to an interdimensional and ancient monster that wanted to take over the world. Although the high stakes were a bit odd for a show like Scooby-Doo, but I did like that it did something extremely creative that had a lot of time and dedication from the writers that saw it through all 52 episodes. It was also nice that there were a few fun episodes that were just side stories, such as the gang hanging out with the Vincent Price character Vincent Van Ghoul, to even Scooby-Doo having a fever dream where he teams up with various Hanna-Barbera characters. I love that in the middle of the series, the gang gets separated to an uncertain future, and Scooby-Doo feels determined to make things right.
I'll get the gang back together, Pericles. We'll be coming for you, or my name isn't Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
It had structure, but it wasn't afraid to make some nonsensical but funny skits. It was serious and dark when it needed to be, but it wasn't afraid to be goofy and silly at times. It had a plan and it followed through with it, unlike a certain trilogy. It had nice characters, well done animation, and just plenty of funny jokes. So that is why I love Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. So anyway, thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. Is it me, or did this show predict the future?
I was elected to this office by the people, Bronson. That's how democracy works.
Yeah? Well, that's not how democracy works in my America.